The last roar of Duma. A lioness fights for her cubs when her world is torn apart by invaders. The queen of the Riverlands, Duma, was no ordinary lioness. She had carved a kingdom along the Riverlands, a lush stretch of savanna where water flowed even in drought and prey moved like whispers in the grass. Her pride was small, just her and her 4 cubs, but her roar echoed like thunder across the land. She had once ruled beside a great male, Barudi, but he had fallen to sickness months before. Since then, Duma had defended her cubs alone, keeping them safe in the shadow of the cliffs, far from rival prides and prowling hyenas. The dust on the wind. It came on a hot, dry wind. Duma heard them before she saw them, low grumbles and footfalls in the dust. Nomads. A trio of rogue male lions, scarred and hungry, seeking territory and power. They had scented her cubs. They wanted to claim the Riverlands, and they would kill her young to do it. She crouched low, her eyes fixed on the far ridge where the sun gleamed off their manes like fire. She had to move now. The flight Duma chirped, a soft, urgent call. The cubs, still playful and unknowing, gathered at her side. She nudged them toward the ravine, where dense thorn bushes offered cover. They ran, little legs stumbling, hearts pounding. The ground shook, the nomads were close. One cub, Maji, strayed too far behind. A roar cracked through the air. Duma turned and charged. She slammed into the lead nomad, Kondo, a massive brute with a torn ear. Claws flashed, blood sprayed. But she didn't fight to win. She fought to distract. Maji scrambled back into the brush. Duma took a savage blow to her shoulder and bolted, drawing the males away from the cubs' hiding place. The long night, the sun fell. Darkness crept over the Riverlands. Duma limped through the thickets, her side bleeding, her breath ragged. The nomads prowled nearby, roaring into the night, marking their takeover with menace and might. But she did not go far. She circled back at dawn, bloodied but breathing, and called again. 3 cubs emerged, Maji, Nia, and Tambo. The 4th, Keto, did not answer. She searched until the sun rose high, but the truth weighed heavy. Keto was gone. The new path. She led the remaining cubs east, away from the Riverlands, away from the echoes of her lost pride. For weeks they traveled, hunting rodents and birds, evading hyenas, crossing open plains where vultures circled low. The cubs learned to stay silent, to crouch low when danger loomed, to follow her every step. One evening, they reached the edge of a forest, lush, untouched by the nomads. Safe for now, the fire that remains years passed. Tambo grew into a powerful male. Nia and Maji became sleek, strong huntresses. And Duma, though her body bore the scars of battle and escape, still watched from the tall grass, guarding the land they now called home. She had lost a cub, lost a kingdom, but not the fire in her chest. And in every roar that her grown cub sent into the wind, Duma heard an echo of her own, a reminder that even in retreat, there is courage, and in survival, there is victory.